researchers. Today I want to talk about Starfinder. So this is a first impressions video. As I have the PDF, I could do a full-fledged Inside Dark Dungeons review about it, and in fact I should, because I know I would get a bunch of views if I did, but it's one of my rules that I have to have the book physically whenever I'm going to review it. It's one of my self-imposed rules when I started this channel. I will only review books if I have the physical copy of it. Because if not, it would be too easy to just find whatever book I want online. Unless the book can only be found online, that would be different. But Starfinder has a physical copy. It's just, eventually I'll get it, and eventually I'll do the review. I have a couple of ideas for it. But that's neither here or there. This is just a first impressions video. I went to read the PDF thinking it was going to be extremely similar to Pathfinder, and boy oh boy, I was so pleasantly wrong. It's almost a completely different beast. If you know a lot about Pathfinder, you can go into Starfinder very smoothly, but if you never played Pathfinder, you can probably play Starfinder without any much issue. The game, it's over 500 pages long, just like Pathfinder is, the core book, so you have everything you need to know to play it in there. One of the first things that struck me was health points, HP. You don't roll for it anymore. Your race gives you a bonus HP at level 1, and then your class tells you how much HP you win by per level. And then you also have stamina. So stamina is how good are you at grazing off shots and, you know, basically avoiding hits before you get tired. And then HP is actually when things hit you physically. It's a nice change, you know, that they do that distinction. Also surprising is that you have two different types of armor class. You have kinetic armor class and energy armor class for laser pistols, laser swords for energy armor class, and bullets and regular hits for kinetic armor class. I understand why they do it, and honestly it's a nice compromise, because you wouldn't have just energy weapons hitting touch AC all the time. I don't know if they have touch AC. I haven't really read that completely, because again, this is just first impressions. Let's see. Besides that, you still have your saving throws. You have your base attack bonus, though no iterative attacks anymore, which is great. Some classes do get a class ability that lets them attack more than once as a full round action, but the penalties aren't as big as regular iterative attacks. You're not gonna have base attack bonus plus 20, then plus 15, plus 10, and plus 5, because that's plus 10 and plus 5 are probably never gonna hit. Anyways, so that was very enjoyable. No class has half their level and base attack bonus, so everybody's competent in combat, which makes the spellcasting class actually my favorite class, the arcane spellcasting class. I thought the Solar or Solarian, forgot what it's called, was gonna be my favorite class. They basically can take a star mode and shape it into a weapon. That's awesome. The first thing that I noticed when I saw that is that its weapon eventually ends up dealing 12d6 damage, and I'm like, what? Because damage scales a lot in Starfinder. You can end up having a rifle that deals 10d10 damage because yes. But HP actually scales that much because you have a health pool and a stamina pool. So it makes sense that, you know, damage gets spread so much. I don't know how I feel about that, to be quite honest. I'm a fan of rolling dice. I'm not a fan of rolling buckets of dice, you know? That's why I don't like Exalted or Shadowrun that much. I don't enjoy the idea of just all around the table. Never been a huge fan of that. I'd rather, like, you know, 2d6 damage, and then, you know, add stuff. I'm that type of person. Armor class scales very interestingly, because you don't add any, your armor class is mostly determined by your armor, because armor scales really crazily, because items have levels now, and you could have a piece of heavy armor that has 30 AC. So you add that to the regular 10, and then you end up with 40 AC. Makes sense? It makes sense. It's just, I'm no longer a fan of big numbers. Yeah. However, with that said, something that they did add that I love is that whenever you're making a character, you have a cap on your ability scores. Your ability scores cannot go above 18 at level 1. Cannot. Then after you level up, when you get your ability scores up, they can. Which brings me to another point. Your ability scores go up every 5 levels instead of every 4. But it's not one by one. Whenever you get to level 5, 4 of your ability scores increase. 4 out of 6. That's awesome. If your ability score is 17 or more, it goes up by 1. If it's 16 or less, it goes up by 2. That's awesome! That's great! That means that at level 20, the most you're gonna have is 23. Which to me is great, because that means you don't have those really big numbers. Which is awesome. Which is something I am very thankful for. The numbers aren't that big. It's just rolling the 10d10, but you're probably not going to have those weapons, because weapons and armor are still in the purview of the Game Master, because, you know, they need to know how to scale that. I think, because I haven't read the whole book. Because this is a first impressions video. I'm probably wrong in a lot of things, I understand. But again, first impressions. Let's see, what else caught my attention? You can customize your spaceship. It's not like these other sci-fi games with spaceships where you just have a spaceship and you pick the spaceship and it already has all its specs. No. Here you can actually buy different parts and customize your ship however you want. Hell yeah, love that. I don't remember if spell failure chance was still a thing. I hate the fact that you still have too many feats. I hate the fact that the feats don't level up with you. That you have feat prerequisites, that's still annoying. Spells go up to 6th level, which annoyed me, but not for the reasons you think. It annoyed me because I'm like writing my own like Pathfinder 2nd edition game, and there I also had spells that cap out at 6th level. Nobody gets spells over 6th level. But in Pathfinder, it actually just caps out at 6 levels. Mine do have higher level spell slots, so you can, you know, meta magic them to a higher level. So no, it's still different. The spells were fun, were interesting. You don't have Fireball, you have Energy Ball, I think. Something I found interesting that irritated me after I found it out. Magic Missile creates 2 bolts. If you cast it as a full round action, you release 3 bolts. And I'm like, whoa. So if you cast the spell as a full round action, it gets additional benefits. Count me in! But sadly, the only spell that does that is Magic Missile. And I got so annoyed because I was thinking, this is a great idea. This is an amazing idea. Having spells that you can cast as standard actions, they do their effect, but if you use the whole round to cast them, they do something else. And I'm like, why just one spell? That makes no sense. And I checked the other spells. I'm pretty damn sure that's the only spell that does that. Why have a mechanic that only one spell has? Oh, it's... Missed opportunity. It was just that, a missed opportunity. No caster levels from what I saw. Because, you know, whenever these damage dealing spells, you know, for example, Magic Missile deals 2d6, 2d4. I mean, it releases 2 missiles. And you don't get any more missiles as you level up, not like in regular Pathfinder. And the damage dealing spells, they just deal, for example, 13d6 damage. They don't deal like, oh, 1d6 per level, maximum 10d6. You don't have that in Starfinder. Just spells give you how many d6s of damage you deal, which I enjoy. It's something that you have in 5th edition, but 5th edition has a couple of different things. I like that, you know, I can notice things similar from both games, but they are different enough. And for that, I am very thankful. I enjoy that. I enjoy that fact, that little factoid. As something else that called my attention, not that I can think of, yeah, the spells, the combat's still the same. Oh yeah, there's no more 5-foot step. 5-foot step is a thing of the past. There's no more 5-foot step, no more 5-foot step. Now you have a guarded step, which is still a 5-foot step, same mechanic. You move 5 feet and you don't provoke from the square that you move. But it's a move action. It's not like before that if you take a 5-foot step, you can't take a move action, but you can still do a full round action. That's in Pathfinder. In Starfinder, you can take a 5-foot step, but after you can take a guarded step, but after you take the guarded step, all you have is a standard action. It's a fair trade-off, I think. Makes you think more whenever you're going to be in combat. And it really, melee characters that rely on full round attacks. Thankfully, you get a lot of things you can do now. You have a bunch load of things you can do now in Starfinder. Like, so many things. You have so many options. It's ridiculous. You thought that Pathfinder has a bunch of options. Well, you're right, because Pathfinder has been out for longer. But when you're creating the character, you have so many options. You have character themes now. Are you an engineer? Are you an ace pilot? You know, are you an icon? You're an entertainer. You're a bounty hunter. Those are not classes. Those are themes. You know, things your character does. And you get bonuses based on your level surrounding that theme. And that's really damn cool. There's a Star Trek game that's gonna come out in a couple of months. I don't see a reason why you would buy that anymore. Sure, you're a huge Star Trek fan and you have to play the Star Trek tabletop role-playing game. But if you're just a regular Star Trek fan like I am, and you love Pathfinder like I do, you know, you already have a system where you can do that. You can do Star Wars with this. You can do Star Trek with this. You can do Doctor Who with this. You can do whatever sci-fi thing. You can do Lost in Space with this if you want. You know, whatever sci-fi thing you want, you can totally make it work with Starfinder. Heck, sci-fi in space is not for you. You can totally do cyberpunk with Starfinder. It opened the floodgates to sci-fi. It's a really good game. I can't wait to get my hands on a physical copy. Probably once I get a physical copy of Starfinder, it's gonna go up in the queue of reviews, and it's just gonna become the next game I review. Doesn't matter whatever else I'm working on. Cause delicious Starfinder, you must eat it. Yes, adventurers, go on with that strange noise that I just made. And I'll see you guys next time. Let me know in the comment section below how excited you are for Starfinder. Have you read the book? Did you go to GenCon and were one of those people that got a copy the first day? My friend, my best friend went to GenCon. He didn't make the line. He was doing other things. I don't know what he was doing, but I texted him, dude, Starfinder is sold out. Did you get a copy? And he responded with, I want to punch myself in the face. And that's all I needed to know. He has a PDF copy too. I hope he's enjoying it. Let me know what you think about Starfinder. Did you get a physical copy? I can't wait to get mine, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. So lame. Remember rule number 1, always have fun. Like what you saw today? Remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you don't, it might get pitch black, and you are likely to be eaten by a grue.